thought that all psychics just talk to dead people. And
Right.
thank God I'm a little too scary for that. So, so I never thought I was psychic because I'm like, well, I don't see dead people and I don't talk to them. But again, I think it's the boxes that we create for ourselves that block us. Because once I got to the point of really believing in myself and believing in my gift, I started having the visions, and in the visions, people have crossed over, come through. I describe it to people kind of like it's like a Polaroid picture.
Uh-huh.
Um, how you take a Polaroid, it's white, but slowly it develops. And I'll have a vision where all of a sudden I'll just see someone and they're not talking to me. It's kind of just like a picture. And I'll start describing and say, well, who is this person? And I can feel what they want to say. I can feel why they're coming through. And then I just put that message over. So being a life coach allows me to just simply tap into people's energies. I'm very, very sensitive to people's energies. If they're negative, I stay very far away from them. And if they're very open and receptive people, then everything is great and I can tap in. But a lot of times in my readings, I'm able to tap into what exactly is a block or a hindrance. And I tell people that it's not just what you want to hear, it's what Spirit wants you to know.
Okay.
And it's obviously a message of love and forgiveness and hope. And that's what it is. So if I'm doing life coaching, of course, I'm able to tap in very quickly to what a person's issues are.
Right.
And because I can tap into that and I can figure that out, then I will then map out a plan with them to start working with them to work on those blocks that are stopping them from living their best life. And that's how they kind of work together.
So I know you probably have ran into people, how do I ask this question, like that says they don't believe you. How do you shut that down?
You know what? I don't feel like it's my job to shut it down.
So you don't shut it down and be like, because you just got out of jail, that's how I know you just got. You know, I'm just it's like if it was me and somebody's like, well, you ain't psychic, I'll be like, well, be careful what you do tomorrow. I just tell them. I would have to prove it.
Right.
Do you feel like you have to prove it, or you say you just keep it moving?
I don't feel like I have to prove it because the work speaks for itself, right?
Right.
And so I don't try to prove it. I think it's futile. I think if a person doesn't want to believe, they're just not going to believe,
Right.
unless you read them. And again, all I do is deliver the message that Spirit has. I can't, as I know, I can't just go in and pull out per se to be
Right.
like this and that. But when I'm sitting there talking to someone and all of a sudden a vision will come in and I'll be like, okay, who is this person? And I'm describing this person and you're like, that's my grandmother. And I'm like, is she alive? And you're like, no.
So you pick up the energy from people. You're not walking around like you say all day seeing dead people.
No.
You have to sit down and talk with someone, and then
Not all the time. There's times when I'm out and I could be at a restaurant and I'm eating and I'm chilling with whoever, and all of a sudden someone will get my attention and I cannot freaking focus. It is like I'm trying to eat and it's like I can't keep my eyes off of them, and I'm like, and then I start talking to my spirit guides and I'm like, okay, what do you want me to tell them? Because obviously there's a message, because you're not leaving me alone. And when I do have a message, I share it. Or there's times when I'll just see someone and I'll just randomly start talking to them and they don't even realize they're getting a reading because I'm just having a conversation.
Right.
But the things that I'm saying, they're just like,
wow.
oh, okay. So there's times, just like, it's really interesting because you already told me that you had, that you're having a boy. But if you had not told me, I would have picked your due date and I would have told you what you're having. And that's something I've been doing for years, is telling people the sex of their babies and the day that they'll have them.
Wow.
I knew the day I was having her. And I went to the guy who was supposed to give me a ride at the time. I had a car, but of course I didn't want to drive myself. And he always said he would bring me to the hospital when I gave birth. And I went to his house that morning and I said, now you're still going to give me a ride, right, when I have my baby? And he was like, yeah. I said, okay, I'm having my baby today. He was like, okay. So at, like midnight, I knock on his door. Okay, are you ready to take me? He liked to fall out like a ghost. Like he was just like, what? My ex-boss, she was pregnant. And I told her, I was like, you're having a girl and you're going to have it on this day. And she literally had the baby on that day and had a girl. So I've been doing little tricks like that for years.
I think it's awesome and amazing because I oftentimes see a lot of people that are clairvoyant and they're on TV, they have a TV show, but they're not us.
Right.
So when I meet someone like us that's the same thing, I'm very interested because, it's a lot of skeptics out there, not just saying that just because I believe you, you know what I'm saying? But I've never really come across a lot of people that are clairvoyant or either like in our community that come out and say it because it's so much stigmatism to
It's
it.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
We once had someone that was clairvoyant in our family or born with a veil over their eyes, as you say, and she saw spirits. Like our great grandmother was coming to her and she was just seeing spirits. And I don't know if she could talk to them, but it was really scared her because she was young.
Yeah.
But when she would tell people, they would be like, you were born with a veil over your eyes.
It made sense.
So it's a lot of different levels to it. I know and understand that part.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I know about you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know a lot about it. However, I'm not gonna say I'm psychic but I have and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I call it deja vu.
Oh, I had a lot of that when I was younger. A lot of that. And I do want to address what you said because it made me think of something. The only time I think I get a little ruffled with skepticism is when people want to bring the Bible into it.
Yeah.
That is the little rub for me because I feel that, especially in our community, as long as you're wearing a robe and you're on the pulpit, then it's like people believe in prophets.
Right.
They believe in prophets prophesying. But if you're not in the church and if you're not wearing a robe, then it's the devil. That rubs me so wrong. It's so hypocritical.
Now, are those two worlds one and the same? Would you say a prophet and a clairvoyant psychic? Can that be two and the same? Is it called two different things?
I think it's called two different things, but it's the same. It's just the word that the people in church use, and there's a word that in the secular world that we use. But no matter what, a prophet or prophetess, what was that? That was someone who could see things, who knew things, and could predict things. What is the difference? I believe strongly that my gift comes from God. My gift comes from the light of God. I have no doubt in my mind about where the gift comes from. And what I did do to try to come from behind, I should say the screen, because I've had Be Inspired for many years on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on all of those, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of them. But I always just posted positive, uplifting things daily. And then finally someone was like, but nobody knows who you are. Like, no one's ever seen you. Like, I don't do videos. I don't put my face out there. And it wasn't anything I was consciously saying, oh, I'm not going to do this. It just never crossed my mind. I was just like, let me just put a positive word out there. And I would create these memes that were positive and inspirational. So about a month ago, I decided to come out and not come out being psychic, but probably
put
that
yourself
too.
in the forefront.
And so I started doing Facebook Live videos every Friday morning at 9 a.m. for 2 hours, 9 to 11, and I was doing free psychic readings to anybody who would get on my post. And I was like, this is a way, number one, for me to get out there, for people to see. And I wanted to be the poster girl. I wanted little brown girls and brown boys to know that we too have power. Because like you said, there's the Long Island medium, Teresa Caputa, Tyler, the Hollywood medium, Mama medium. They're all white.
Right.
And they're all mediums. And there's other psychic abilities besides being a medium.
Right.
And so I wanted people to see that Black Girl Magic is real.
Real, yes.
Black Boy Magic
Yes,
is real.
it's real.
And that's why I came out. And I've had some people saying slick stuff on the sly, and it's just like I'll let it roll out. Being like, "Well, are you gonna say something to them?" No, because if they wanted to say something to me, they would have called my phone,
Right.
not be putting slick stuff up. So there's nothing for me to say on that. But I did start doing the videos.
That wasn't me. I see you.
Right, right. And I did start making the live videos, and they're all recorded. They're on my Be Inspired Services LLC Facebook, and all the videos are there. That's what I say. My thing is try me.
Oh.
If you
Well,
think I'm
and then-
fake, try me. Go back and look at the people who've been tuning in on my shows from Australia, Hong Kong, England, that I've been reading, telling them about their child, how old they are, what they look like, describing them, describing people that have passed away, describing people and things that's going on in their life.
Right.
And I've nailed it.
Right. I even had an experience. You helped me out with something. My brother was missing, and you literally described the building next to the train station where he went and caught his ride.
Oh, he did catch the ride from there. Yeah.
And you said he was in the parking lot talking to some guys, and the girl didn't pick him up. The guys picked him up that he was talking to. The building is a big white flat building with red letters on top.
Just like I
it
said.
extended out like you said. I'm not sure if it was a liquor store, but it was like in the hood.
Right.
That's where the bus station in Jacksonville is. And you told me that, and that gave me hope because we literally didn't know where my brother was at, what was going on. And then a couple of days later, he resurfaced. His phone was broken. He was good. But he was great. But that really, I was like, wow, she described this whole building. And I still didn't see you that picture.
Yes.
But this building she described is like right across the street from the bus station, just like she said.
And I kept
Just
trying
like
to
she
find,
said.
I was trying to find the right picture, and I had never done that.
I only sent her a picture of my brother, and she picked this up through a picture of my brother that he did catch the bus. He was on a bus.
Yeah.
It wasn't a regular transit bus, which it wasn't. He did make it to the bus station, and it was a Greyhound station. And he walked across the street to a white building with red letters on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah, I
The
remember.
building, it was a big white brick building.
And you were using Google Maps to try
Yes,
to look
we
in
were
the
on the
area.
phone.
And I remember you saying, "Oh my God, I found the building." Now, did you see the car that I sent you? That's the car that I see that he got in.
Those pictures didn't come through. The car
Really?
pictures,
Oh,
But
okay.
you were on point.
It was like an old school Oldsmobile. Cutlass, like a Cutlass Supreme, and it looked like it was dark black or dark blue. And I was like, he got in this car. This is the car. And then I was talking to another psychic about it, and she was like, and I was like, yeah, this is the car I see. And she goes, yep, that's the car I see too. So that's when I
Wow.
sent it to you, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay. She was like, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. She was like, it's like an old school. And I was like, yeah.
And that's exactly
I would
what
love
it
that.
was.
Like
That-
I would
that's
love.
awesome.
And that's something for me. That's nothing that I'm sitting there saying, oh yeah, let me charge her, because I will do and give freely. That's not the situation, And for me to be able to help someone find a loved one, that's amazing. And I would love to work with local law enforcement for missing children or anything like.
And when we go missing, it doesn't get as much publicity as when the others go missing. And I don't want to keep playing, the race card black white, but it is what
true,
it is.
though. It is
We
what it
get
is.
less publicity when one of our
no
kids go missing. Less publicity or no publicity at all.
It's true.
It's just amazing to me at how, we were on the phone, never met before. I mean, never met you before a day in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I called you because I thought you was a vendor. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I think it was just meant to be.
Yeah.
So you guys,
absolutely.
I believe 100% in Amber Hill. I want you guys to look into her pages. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the days that you are online, because I'm telling you, you guys need to really look her up, because it's not a
said look at me change too.
It's not, yeah, it's not a scam. I don't, you get so much Miss Cleo stuff going on around
For
here
real.
that you just don't know heads from tails.
Yeah.
But I think that you guys should really look up Amber Hill, Be Inspired Services, and let us know where we can find you on Friday. You know what you do. Just tell everybody where you are. You guys go like, follow, and share all of her pages.
Okay, so there's a lot. So the first one is I'm going to say that eventually, probably within the next 3 weeks, I'm going to move up off of Facebook and I'm going to go to YouTube. And I don't think I'll be doing the lives on Facebook anymore. And that's just really a business strategic move.
Right.
Because, we can start generating some things. So we got to move it on over there. So it'll be Inspired. And it is not BEIN. It's B''N. Both of those are capital, and then everything else is lower. Spired, SPIRED, life. Well, life coaching is the website. I'm sorry. So it'll be B''N SPIRED Services LLC. That's the same for Facebook. Be Inspired, B''N SPIRED Services LLC on Facebook. On Twitter, it's BN SPIREDLC. On Instagram, it's BNSPIRED Services, SERVICES. And pretty much my website is long. It's BNSPIRED lifecoaching.com. And if I could just make a quick plug, every year for the last 3 years, this year will be my fourth year, I sponsor a local family in the Atlanta metro area. I've done it 3 years in the past. You, my tribe, as well as my vision has made it happen. We saved a lady from losing her home last year in December. All of those videos, all of the pictures, all of the volunteers, it is growing amazing. And I start putting out those applications in October. So please stick around on my Be Inspired Facebook, on my Instagram, because you will get flooded with where you can apply. So if you know someone or if you need help this holiday, we're coming for you, okay? So those videos are on my website. All you have to do is look under Be Inspired. Also, those videos that I told you of the readings that I've done in the past, I am going to still do some readings. I'm not exactly sure how many more videos I'm going to do of the free readings, but those are on the Facebook. And scroll down. There's like 5 videos down there of where I'm spending 2 hours just doing random people that jump on, reading, writing, and erasing any myths about what I do.
Awesome. So if you guys want to get your life, contact Amber Hill, Be Inspired Services, and she will help you out as best she can. Ladies, do you guys have any questions for our guest, Ms. Hill?
I answer it all. Come on. Now, I don't know lottery ticket. Everybody asks me what the lottery numbers are. And I'll be like, baby, if I had those numbers, you may not be meeting me right now.
Just meditate tonight, baby, and just tell me something.
I'll be like, Lord, at least give me the cash 3. If not the big one.
Right. Okay, so my question is, do you have to read the hand or do you just get it from the energy?
I get it from the energy.
Okay.
And I think what I've found is the energy you bring is what I can do. If you come in this attitude of, well, I ain't gonna tell her nothing. We're just gonna see what it's gonna be a block.
Right.
It's not gonna flow good. I'm gonna just be real. Because I've had a situation where I felt like giving someone back their money and saying, because I don't want to work with that energy. And you really create a block for yourself.
Right.
But if you come into it with an open heart and an open mind and willing, as I'm pulling stuff up, you're willing to communicate with me, because I don't see it all. It's like pieces and different things will come. So as I'm asking you and you're answering honestly, it opens the door for more.
Right.
And then we can really explore and go there.
Because I had an experience where I walked in a grocery store and I missed my basket. So I went to turn around to get my basket and the lady said, "Ooh, come here. I could feel your whole energy." And I was like, a little standoffish. I was like, no. She's like, you got 2 kids. I was like, what? So you can do that kind of stuff.
And I've done it.
You
Yes.
done it? Okay.
And even on the videos, you'll see one lady. She called in from Australia, and I was talking to her about something, and then all of a sudden, I was like, I see a little boy that's like 5 years old. Blonde hair, and I feel like he's pulling you by the hand. Like, I don't know if you guys are at a park or you're at a fair, but I feel like he's pulling you by the hand, like, come on, mommy, you're walking too slow. And she was like, oh, I was like, do you have a son or do you have a nephew? She was like, yes, I have a son. He's 5 years old. He's blonde hair, he's blue eyes, and I just took him to the fair yesterday.
Wow.
And it's on one of the videos you'll see. So, I'm not naming names, but I'm describing, and I'm letting it be known. So, I feel, again, I don't always tell people what they want to know. Sometimes I can. Sometimes if I feel like that energy is really great between us, then I'll be like, okay, do you have any questions for me? And I'll hone in on it. And for the most part, I don't use cards. Now, on my Friday tarot, the Friday, I do a 1-card tarot card. And that's mostly for entertainment purposes, but I don't need anything to do a reading. And the cards are awesome, but if your only gift is reading cards, then I don't know if I would go to that person, because anybody can really learn cards.
Right.
But when you connect the cards with your psychic abilities, it's amazing.
Awesome.
And you can tap in that way. So I don't need to use any of that, and I don't normally do that. But I will I will prescribe people crystals based upon what energy situations they need to work on.
Okay. And how old were you when you discovered this gift?
That's good.
Which one?
Oh.
Well, like I said, I'm clairsentience, I'm clairaudience, I'm clairvoyant, I'm empathic, and can do healing work. So which gift are you speaking of?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I knew there was something different, but like I said, I didn't know what. I had a lot of deja vu when I was younger. As it got later on, I would say I found out about the energy work probably back in 2006, that I could do energy work.
Okay.
I found out it was empathic because I didn't understand why I was taking on people's energies. And I was literally taking on people's symptoms. So, quick story for that. I'm sorry, guys, because I know y'all want to go.
Well, we actually have someone live that's asking, because they just joined us, and they want to know if you are psychic. So you can go ahead and.
Okay,
take your time.
awesome. Thank you for the questions. That's why I put myself out there, because I want people to ask. I want to talk about it. So you can always ask me questions. So